Hey soulmates, welcome back to my tutorial. So in today's tutorial I'll be taking you guys on a tutorial video on how to make this elastic waistband on your screen. So if you're interested in this video, let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to be cutting out my waistband. To get your waistband, you just have to be measuring the roundness of your waist. Okay, whatever you you just have to add 1 inch for joining. So at this point I used 4 inches for my bind, so I am going to be joining this waistband. So but before then I want to achieve the little hole for my foreign rope inserting. So I am just going to be folding this my waistband like this, and then I am going to be marking at the center of my waistband. Okay, so once I'm done marking it out, the next thing I'm going to do is just to go ahead and do my joining. So I'm going to be using let's say ½ inch for joining, depending on the allowance you brought out for your joining. So at this point that I marked, I'm going to be stitching, making a tie stitch, and then I'm going to be coming down by ½ inch, and then I'll stitch down. This ½ inch is going to serve as my channel for my rope, okay, the little hole for the rope. So flipping it over, I am going to be trying to ascertain whether the hole that I wanted to achieve actually came out. So and it actually came out. So what I'm going to be doing next is to fold this waistband. You can use your iron to achieve your folding, but if you already used to it, you just have to make your folding, and then the next thing you're going to go ahead to do is to mark out your channels for your elastic. Okay, so at this point I want to be making 3 channels for my elastic. So I've gone ahead to mark the first one, this is the second, and this is the third one. So I'm going to go ahead and make my stitches. Okay, so I'm going to start by making the first stitch. So once I'm done making the first stitch, I'll go ahead and make the second one and the third one. Okay, at a point this is going to be very exhausting, but you will give it your time and patience until you achieve what you want. Okay, so at this point I am running my first elastic. So guys, I am done with my stitches, so I'm going to be using this ½ inch of an elastic to be inserting on the channels that I made. So I'm going to be inserting my elastic on the channels. Okay, at this point this is going to be taking your time, but you just have to give it your time as well. So I'll be inserting my elastic. So please take note, when I get to the parts that let's say the starting point or the starting part of where I was joining my elastic, I'm just going to go ahead and join the elastic back and then stitch it very firmly. Okay, just to avoid it from flipping away. If you do not stitch the elastic very tight or firm, it's definitely going to flip away. So when I get to the starting point, I'm going to join my elastic. Okay, so I have gotten to the starting point. So I'm going to take out my safety pin, and then I'm going to extend this, let's say expand the rope, okay, the elastic, sorry. So I'm going to be joining and stitching it together. Okay, so as you can see guys, I am done inserting the first elastic, second, and the third. So the next thing I'm going to be inserting is my foreign rope. Okay, so I'll be inserting my foreign rope once I'm done, and that is going to be the final part of the tutorial. Okay, so guys, this is the final look of this beautiful waistband. As you can see, it's looking very fine and beautiful. So if you really want to try this, just do where to try it, and do not forget to like. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.